Adonai Eloheinu. Okay.
Grandparents.
All right.
I
Perfect.
can't think of a reason to say it differently.
Perfectly valid. Just curious. Okay, so we're going to talk about sexuality today. And this is obviously a lively and potentially controversial topic.
Or it scared them off.
And quite a lot has been written in recent years about Judaism and sexuality. Thinkers like Daniel Boyarin and David Beale have written books, these are serious academic thinkers, have written stuff about Judaism and sexuality, and we talked about them a lot in rabbi school. Provocative. Jane, how are you?
Okay, thank you.
And we live in a culture defined by Christianity and by the rebellion against Christianity, and so the terms and parameters that come from that cultural matrix are kind of background for us, and we take them for granted, but they aren't inevitable, are they? So let's look at how sexuality might be different in a Jewish universe than in a Christian universe, or in a random universe. Someone want to start us off here and read the first blurb?
Rabban Simeon ben Gamaliel said, "There were no better days for Israel than the 15th of Av and the Day of Atonement. On those days the daughters of Jerusalem borrowed white garments, and the daughters of Jerusalem went out and danced in the vineyards. And what did they say? 'Young man, look and see, choose what you want.'" Mishnah Ta'amid 48.
Beautiful, thank you. So I wanted to start with this one because we're coming up to the high holidays, and in case somebody were to think, why are we discussing sexuality on the brink of the high holidays? Is this the appropriate time to address this topic? Well, yes, it is the appropriate time to address this topic because we have this Mishnah about girls dancing on Yom Kippur, right? Have you encountered this particular text before?
No, I've never seen it before.
I have.
Okay, well, I'll bet that I would wager that if you've seen it, it's in connection with Tu B'Av. Because this is where Tu B'Av comes from, this text. And what is Tu B'Av?
New Year at the
Anybody know?
trees.
No, that's Tu B'Shvat.
That's when the temples were destroyed.
No, that's
No.
Tisha B'Av. Tu B'Av.
Close.
Bob, when you go shopping for your Rosh Hashanah clothes.
There you go. That is great.
The new
All right,
clothes
so-
you're supposed to wear.
Tet Vav, as you know, means 15. So Tu B'Shvat is the 15th of Shvat. Tu B'Av is the 15th of Av. Right?
Oh, I know what that is. It's the Day of Lovers.
Yes, in Israel it is observed as like Valentine's Day. It is the Day of Lovers. The ancient documents identify it as some kind of minor holiday. The purpose of this minor holiday is obscure, but this Mishnah gives us some kind of a clue what it might have been about.
Something Rashi wrote about because he had vineyards. That was his main profession other than rabbi.
Yes.
And so he
Everybody
wrote
was
about it.
he was into Tu B'Av.
Well, he wrote about it. He wrote in his commentaries about it.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, that's how I began to
The
learn.
halakha of Tu B'Av is that you don't say Tachanun on Tu B'Av.
You don't say.
Tachanun is the depressing prayer about how unworthy we are and we deserve every bit of our tzoros, but maybe God, out of the goodness of God's heart, could lighten our load just a little. This is a very depressing prayer,
Takano?
Tachanun,
Takanu.
which nobody ever says in the Reformed Judaism, but their conservative and Orthodox cousins say it morning and afternoon, except you seize on any excuse to skip it because it's a downer. So any holiday, even the most minor, is a reason to not say Tachanun. So Tu B'Av, that's the only obligation on Tu B'Av is to skip Tachanun. You see, you've been in compliance with that, you didn't even know it. So, and of course, Tisha B'Av is the 9th of Av, so Tu B'Av, 6 days after Tisha B'Av, our mood begins to improve and we begin to get into a better frame of mind.
Does it have anything with the do with the full moon being out and being romantic?
Yes, I imagine, right, thank you very much. I imagine that if you wanted to know why the girls used to dance on Tu B'Av, it's the full moon of midsummer. What better time to go out dancing in the fields,
And
right?
that light, there was a thing on NPR about how farmers used to, this is the harvest moon before the final harvest in October, and they used to go out in the full moon and work on their crops and do some harvesting or prep for harvesting on this final full
Very
moon.
cool.
So it's actually September is the harvest full moon
Hello.
by farmers.
Welcome.
Can I join now?
Please do.
And make my contribution?
No.
Oh, yes, I don't know.
It is very, they're saying that this is the
Figure
only
out how
time,
to come out.
Thank you very much.
it's the only time during the year that's a full moon seen around the world.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay, because other times it's not, it doesn't rise, it's not always seen.
oh, I see.
And so they were talking about it's at different degrees around the world, you know, whether it's low on the horizon or high on the horizon. But it's the only time of the year that the full moon is seen around the world.
I did not know.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until they were talking about that. And so that's one of the other reasons that it's known as a harvest moon, because around the
I thought
world.
the harvest moon is like Sukkot, you know, the first moon of autumn.
What they were saying is that the farmers called this one the harvest moon.
Oh, right. I stand corrected. So we're talking about Tu B'Av, which is a minor holiday in midsummer, a very minor holiday. The Talmud, you know, speculates about what this holiday commemorates, and of course every sage had a different opinion. But I think Shana has the right idea. It doesn't commemorate anything. It's the full moon of midsummer. What better time for the girls to go out and dance in the fields? And why did the girls go out and dance in the fields on Yom Kippur? That's more of a surprise, isn't it?
That's true.
That's not what you thought Yom Kippur was about, is it? Well,
Unless that's when they felt like that they were atoned, you know?
Yeah.
It's like.
something like that.
we
Oh,
can
we're clean, now's the
we
right
found
time
our-
to...
Yeah.
Right, we've purged all our sin, now is the right time to find a husband, right? We're clean. Something like that. Or, I don't know.
It's a pretty happy time, you know, there's nothing as enjoyable as summer and as beautiful as a summer night with a full moon, so.
Right, that's Tu B'Av. But Yom Kippur, why is Yom Kippur a good time to go out and dance in the fields and look for a husband?
Because they're not working.
A great reason, a great reason. You know, it's unexpected if you think of Yom Kippur as a mournful time or a super serious time, but that's probably the wrong way to look at Yom Kippur. That's more Tisha B'Av, you know, when you're in the fast, the sad fast. Yom Kippur's the happy fast. As one of my teachers explained in rabbi school, he said, on Tisha B'Av, when our temple was destroyed, who can eat? But on Yom Kippur, when our sins are forgiven, who needs to eat? So that conveys the different mood of the 2 days. All right, so obviously, you know, looking for a partner and celebrating your body and your youth and your being alive and sexual, that's perfectly compatible with Yom Kippur, not what everyone might have thought. So Shana, you want to read us the next